Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am continuing my video series on the 12 nights of Yule. So today's video is going to be me reflecting on night 4, which was last night. I did create a video for night 3, but it like somehow became corrupt and I'm unable to even view it on my phone. I pretty much know why. My phone storage is always full. And so when it gets very close to being completely full, if I squeeze in another video, then it gets corrupted. So I don't have a video for my night 3. I'm just going to do a very quick little synopsis of night 3. So first of all, I have some new, updated information for my research. So this 12 Nights of Yule that I'm currently celebrating is a modern take on the original Nordic celebration of Yule. So in the traditional Nordic celebration, it's not necessarily 12 nights. I think it can go from anywhere from 3 to 12 nights. Oh, the sun keeps coming in and out. Oh, it's just started to rain. I'm gonna go crack the window a little bit and listen. It's sunny, but it's raining. I think I'm gonna turn my light on just because the natural light keeps fading in and out. So anyways, yeah, so the traditional Nordic Yule can go anywhere from 3 to 12 nights. And I think this more modern version is a marriage between some of the traditional Yule beliefs and practices with the 12 nights of Christmas, hence the 12 nights of Yule. So I think what I'm going to do over the next couple of months is I'm going to do a deep dive into the traditional Yule celebration because I really want to learn about it. So anyways, that's what I learned. I also learned that Mother's Night is actually celebrated on the eve of winter solstice, which is the 20th, December 20th. Okay, so anyways, with the more, wow, it's really coming down even though it's sunny. With the more modern version, this is why there's so much flexibility or variation in my research, because there isn't a specific sequence of celebrations. It really varies. The more and more research I do find, though, has Odin's night on the 6th night of Yule. So anyways, with all of that said, my little spreadsheet is getting very, very marked up and annotated, and that is perfectly fine. So for the 3rd night, I did comfort, and I'll just show you very quickly the spread that I created. Oh, I was going to light my little candle, but that's all right. So this was the 3rd night, and I made a cup of comfort, which was my tea, and I reflected on what brings me joy and comfort. Now, I haven't written on this side yet, but I've kind of written some thoughts and reflections in my catch-all journal that I'm then going to transfer here, because my son and I actually talked a lot about this. It's been a very difficult year for us personally, and then just, on a national and global scale, things are just heavy right now. And so my son and I we talked about how we've kind of allowed heavy things that have happened to us to rob us of our joy. And so we've made it our intention to celebrate smaller instances of joy. And so that actually fit perfectly with the 3rd night of Yule. So that's what I'm going to journal over here, setting intentions, and also about the things that have prevented us from experiencing joy. So what I did on my spread here, just very quickly, is I used stickers, like just more of a collage, and to remind myself of what brings me joy and how I'm going to bring more joy into my life. One, I love the forest, so I want to take my son and I on more trips up north. I love to read and drink tea, obviously, so I want to carve out more time for reading. I love writing, and that's the one thing that gets pushed aside the most. And so I added this little feather pen here with ink because I have started that practice. I have my ink here. I do have a feather pen, just not right with me. I have these glass nib pens, kind of. And the really cool thing is, before we even had this conversation, my son, who's 15, he asked for a quill pen set, and my niece got him this beautiful set. And then music. So I use this piece of music sheet because I love music. I love listening to music. I used to love playing music. I played trumpet growing up. And so my son has recently started to teach himself to play the guitar. And I bought us, well, Santa brought us a piano a few years ago, and I love playing it, but I haven't played it in probably the last year. So I'm gonna make sure that I bring more space for those kinds of things. Okay, so let's move to the fourth night of Yule, which, as I mentioned, I swapped these. And so community and connection was last night, which was Christmas Eve. And that was pretty perfect because I went over to my mom's and spent some time with my sister and my niece and my mom. My mom is, we think she's at the end of her life. She has struggled with dementia for a few years now, more years than we thought we would have her. And she's just not doing well, so we were there. And I guess honoring our ancestors is kind of timely as well, because she's still with us in her body, but her mind is not there. So anyways, my son and I went over there last night. Every day I connect with nature. I have to. So we also took our dog for a walk. And then, just anytime we spend time with family, we tell stories, family stories. But what I want to do is write about this past year. And so I'm going to do a little bit of that here, but I'm going to write on a separate sheet of paper that I can fold up, and I'm going to create a pocket here so I can tuck that in. And the activities, I'm a little confused right now. Oh, it's this one. So get out in nature, walk, hike, breathe, touch natural elements. And so I have a couple of my sage leaves. Man, that rain just sounds beautiful. Something I talked about before is I have a sage plant in my yard. I love the smell of sage. So I'm gonna use that for my reflections from last night's activities. Oh yeah, and then in my tea, I often do this. I have like very different mints, and lemon verbena and lemon balm growing in my garden. So I usually snip some of those and put those in my teas. Okay, so I want to work on just a quick little spread. First thing I'm going to do is cover this with some of my craft paper-ish-esque packing tape. Oops. I just dropped something. I think it was my sticker sheet. Oh no. Oh, okay, we're not lifting that back up. Oh no, I took my scissors somewhere. I forgot to bring them back. So. Actually, cut it from this back side. That was my dog in the background. He will not go in our backyard when it's raining, so I'm gonna have to take him for a little walk soon. Oh my gosh. Okay, there, just to cover that. And then I will glue. Actually, I want to cover this. should use thicker, but that's okay. I'll just... And I will reinforce this with some glue because we all know washi tape isn't that reliable. Wow. I was mentioning in my night 3 video that became corrupt that we were here where I live on the central coast of California. We don't often get rain in December. We usually don't get rain. We're considered a drought area. A few years ago, though, we had a very wild and actually deadly winter storm season, which pulled us out of the drought. But we did have some lives lost in the area. It was awful. So we're not considered in a drought anymore, but we still don't really get rain in December. We usually get our first rain in January. So this has been a delightful treat to have so much rain in December, especially around Christmas time, because we always have often a warm, sunny Christmas, which I know, like, you know, those of you that live in the snow area probably would love that, and I get it, but I'm enjoying this rain. Okay, that's gonna stick because I got glue on it. Darn it. All right. You know, the grass being greener and all. My son and I would love to have a snowy Christmas one year. Go somewhere where it snows for Christmas. I mean, I've only taken him to the snow 3 times. And each of those 3 times there was snow, lots of snow, but we didn't actually get to experience snowing, like the snow coming down. So I really want to give him that. Wow. I don't know if you all can hear this, but it is coming down. I'm going to not talk for a minute and just enjoy. So I'm going to use this sheet. It's a coffee dyed music sheet to write my my story or reflections from this past year. And that is going to be tucked into this pocket. Oh no, it didn't stay. I need to add more glue. I didn't realize it had not. Or I can just staple it. Oh, that bottom stayed. That's funny. Okay. So I'm going to make sure perfect. For this, connection. So I'm trying to keep a consistent kind of layout where I put the date and then the night's title, I guess, that I've given or researched. And then I add some kind of collage or visual to accompany my written description of the night. Oh yeah, so connection. So connecting with your community and with nature. So I'm gonna add that. Family, community, and nature. Oh, got a little squiggly there. So I am going to use, maybe I'll use the smaller one. Wow. I'm gonna open my blinds just a bit so I can watch it, because oh my gosh. And I just fed my birds, so it's gonna be all, hopefully they ate it. All right, so I do, like I said, I do want to use this as my symbol of connecting with nature. I keep going with like all the dark green washi tape. I feel like I need to use some of my other washi's I pulled out. So I have a lot of washi and I need to start using them. So when I'm working on something, I just pull out a few that kind of go with the theme that I'm working on. So maybe I'll use this one. All right, and then there it is. So let me just, I am gonna do something here also. Decorate somehow. I really like this paper that I got. I got it out of obviously a little, like a notebook. But I love how the, this stayed. And sometimes I use it as just a decorative piece. I might use this. Glue that there. And then do a little collage over it. I got myself distracted. I like this side better. Well, anyways, I hope whatever you all are doing, you're enjoying yourselves and staying safe. I know there's a lot of crazy weather. Oh, I have this. Oh no, that was a little fuzz for my sweater. I keep having this tiny little spider that has set up shop here somewhere, and he'll scurry around. I don't eat meat. I mean, I do eat fish, so I can't say I don't kill animals. Well, I don't kill them myself, but like I don't kill spiders and things like that. I try to save them and take them outside. No judgment to people that do kill them, but yeah, for me, so I just, you know, let him scurry around, do what he's got to do. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and then I want to write, this night provides a sacred strengthening. I have like a lazy handwriting where I just start clumping things together where everything becomes my signature, and I'm trying to not do that. So the reason I'm saying out loud what I'm writing is I'm trying to slow myself down so I really articulate each letter. Where was I? Connectedness with nature and the community. I do want to leave a little space for maybe some collaging, or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just going to write on this side. I can do a little collage here. Yeah, I think I'll do a collage on the pocket. Oh no, it is coming off, so let me just reinforce this really quickly. use a clip. There we go. All right, let me just put that back in. So that one's gonna go there, and then I'll do a little collage there. We tell stories to pass down. And write. See how I, yeah. Anyways, write about the year coming to a close. And so what I did was my son, I'll just write very quickly what we did. Our natural environment, surroundings. There. Okay. So I guess, yeah, I'm not going to collage over here. I will collage on this side. Make sure I'm still recording. Okay. So I think that is going to be it for this video. It's a little longer than the others have been, and I don't want them to be too long. So my next video will be reflecting on tonight, which will be the 5th night of the 12 nights of Yule as I'm celebrating it. All right. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, spending a little time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.